This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Hey, yo.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Somoa Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on Podomatic.com, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find it. Fine, you're recording it live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel, talking about professional wrestling, both from the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty. That is TWK.
Ludwig. Fucking Ludwig.
Von Koopa?
May as well be, god damn it.
Oh, for those who don't know the context yet, wait till you hear this bullshit from the Fed. But we'll get to that in good time. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Shintigercurl joins us as always.
Shintigercurl was in a very good mood coming into this until he heard about Ludwig. Shintigercurl was cross.
He ain't the only one. I was pissed for 2 seconds, then I realized, yeah, you know what? I'm going to make fun of this bullshit. Because it's the Fed. To quote Stone Cold Steve Austin at the end of last week's WGGP, who the fuck wrote this bullshit? Ooh. We'll point out the person who needs to get their ass whooped. But not before I take a swig of that Pepsi throwback, Wiser. Oh, hell yeah. Vince McMahon likes big, sweaty men, apparently. Anyway, so, started a little early. So we got the obligatory hoo-ha-ha the way. By the way, hello, gentlemen. How are you? And, yeah, WrestleMania weekend happened. A lot of shit happened. Dynamite happened. We're going to talk all that stuff. I got things, I got a list of things that we got less than 90 minutes to get all that shit in. So, we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to roast. It's going to be a little different than what we would usually do pay-per-view reviews, because we have literally 4 pay-per-view / premium live fuckers to review. So, the formatting of how we usually do things is going to be a little different, because we got, all that time and not a whole lot of things to talk about. So, that being said, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. WrestleMania weekend indeed did happen. And night 1 had a wonderful show. We'll obviously discuss this. Where the main event that made me both sad in the state of the Fed, but also made me happy in my head place. And I will explain, of course. I mean, you guys saw the main event of night 1. Come on.
Da 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 KO. Da 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 da. Wrestle the match. Da 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 da. Stone Cold. Ba da ba ba da. Smack to bigger time.
Yeah. Bear, and more bear. We'll get to that. But night 2 started with the usual pomp and circumstance of both nights. Usually a crew. Loud crowd, big crowd. WrestleMania, America the Beautiful. They opened the thing. They had a Mark Wahlberg thing. We'll discuss that, of course, I think. Marky Mark did a thing. And so did this man. We obviously know what happened with Triple H. The poor bastard. And I mean that in the kindest way possible. He got the spotlight one more time. And you know what? Say what you will about spotlight hogging. I think this time he more than deserved it. Had his time in the sun, picked up the microphone, put his wrestling boots in the middle of the ring, So you know it's serious when someone does that. And said the following. Take a listen.
I just wanted to come out here to say thank you. And to show you my love in the best way I know how. Welcome to WrestleMania!
You know what? I couldn't resist I couldn't resist it. I mean, he did show up. He did,
Part of me was tempted before the show to actually sing the first part of Cody Rhodes' theme song as Mr. Conductor.
Oh. Always go on your first instinct. That would have been hilarious.
Do we have the time for
I want to hear it now. Why not?
Okay, all right.
Let me turn off the music here. Go for it.
Adrenaline in my soul, every thought out of control, doing it all to get them on their feet. The crowd is here, about to blow, ready for me to start the show. Up the curtain lights, come on, I'm home. Whoa, my father said, when I was younger, hard times make better men.
A smile on my face. It's like I'm trying hard not to laugh.
I almost threw in some Sir Topham hat, but that would be too much.
No. Let's not push it too far. That was just nice. Just nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, here's what we're doing, folks. Before we get to the 4 cards we have to talk about, WrestleCon happened. There were some events there. GCW had its usual collective. First time in 2 years, I think, that it did that. So we may as well. I don't know if you got how much of the collective you guys watch. I watched Joey Janela's Spring Break Part 1 and 2. I watched Bloodsport. Watched Effie's Gay Brunch. And I tried to get in I did watch the Loser Does the Dishes match. But I don't know what you guys said.
When it comes to non-WrestleMania events, I only watch Effie's Big Gay Brunch. That's all I was able to fit in during the weekend for myself.
I just watched Supercard Honor.
Fair, and we that is part of our intended list of things to discuss here. I will say this. A highlight is always Lufisto showing up. Kid Bandit is getting better and better every day, and congratulations on the pronouns and everything else. You do you, kid. Seriously.
Also, should we know that Kid Bandit, despite their popularity right now, still has not been wrestling a full year.
Crazy, right? Social media and knowing what to do with it, folks. But I will say this. Bloodsport, Minoru Suzuki versus Chris Dickinson, must watch. Masha Slamovich did Bloodsport. She did okay. The clusterfuck was awesome as always.
I saw the clip of Denise Salcedo eliminating Sean Ross Sapp. That was great.
That was hilarious. Dude, that just tells me that any podcaster with enough clout can jump in and do a wrestling. And I'm like, give me 6 months to learn how to not die while taking a bump. I might pop up.
Well, the difference is Sean Ross Sapp is friends with like everyone at GCW, so
which is fair. God damn, I want to be part of this clusterfuck. I've got the perfect entrance music. Louie, alternate version by Motorhead. It's literally Louie, but done by Motorhead.
I got a match for you. Matty J 101 in a no-holds-barred match against
fuck.
Pero.
What?
You 101 no disqualification against Pero.
Why do I get the feeling you're booking me into a match that has me dying?
No, it's fine, it's fine. He's only like 6'3", 250 pounds, super muscular.
You're setting me up to die. You may as well put me against Minoru Suzuki.
T-Dub, don't. I wouldn't be too excited there. I got a match for you already booked in.
Oh, what you got?
TWK Reviews versus the Bear.
Oh, I can fight a bear. I can fight a bear. Come on, I'll fight the bear with my bare hands.
No,
I'm not talking about any bear. I'm talking about her bear.
As in the one from the Fire Pro Wrestling game?
No, not Big Bear. No, not Big Bear. I'm talking about
Tekken?
the woman. No, not Kuma. I'm talking about the bear from My Boyfriend is a Bear.
Oh, I'm going to massacre him. I will massacre him. I will fuck him up.
No. Oh, God. And by the way, that is a legitimate thing. Oh, folks. I could hear in the background, you're like, TWK staring off against a bear. You think you're special? You do. Throw some my way on that shit. Dude, that's pay-per-view quality. You have no idea.
Yep. I know my matches.
TWK versus the Bear, Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. Anyway.
I'll do it. I could beat a bear. I could fight him. I could fight a bear. I can fight a tank. I ain't no bitch.
Fair. Anyway, do dishes matches. They're the clusterfuck. Invisible Man had a great run in that match, by the way. GCW in general, you cannot do wrong.
When it comes to the Big Air Brunch, the tag team elimination match was great between Ace Perry and Dev Monroe, Ashton Starr and AC Mack, Danger and A Nagro, and the eventual winners, Petty and Pink, which is Kenzie Page and Dylan McQueen.
There you go. Now, that's just a small smattering. The whole thing is available on Fight TV. And again, look at your card, see what you want to watch. Believe me, folks, you'll find something. And Gunther now runs with Ludwig Kaiser. Shoot me. Oh, we'll get to that.
Also, one thing I want to point out, dueling lap dances from Alley Catch and Dirty Dango.
Yep. That's a thing that happened, folks. All right. I'm assuming you guys didn't. Obviously, you guys couldn't catch multiverse of matches. I was able to tell you a fun little piece of WrestleMania weekend. Everybody has fun, but they had an Intergender Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship. Trey Miguel retained, but it was Blake Christian, Chris Bay, Jordan Grace, Rich Swann, and Vincent. No, not that Vincent. Another Vincent. A good
Vincent Rasteglia.
Yeah. Nick Aldis and Mickey James, they defeated the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green by submission. Mike Bailey took on Alex Shelley, and that was a banger, boys. Worth seeking out. Influence took on Decay and Giselle Shaw and Lady Frost and Savannah Evans and Tasha Steeles. The Influence retained the tag belts. It was for the thingamabob, Knockouts tag team title. Ishii took on Eddie Edwards in a solid matchup to seek out as well. Josh Alexander and Jonah took on Moose and PCO, and you damn well bet you that you could feel the fucking tension in that one.
I can taste it.
Mm-hmm. The Champ Challenge was answered by Fabi Apache, who chose the AAA Arena de Arenas Championship. Yeah, Diana retained, unfortunately.
Yeah, Fabi Apache, that's a legend right there.
I love Fabi Apache.
Solid match by both, actually. Not good, not bad, solid. Very good.
I've heard that there was a return of some sorts to Impact that night of a former Knockouts champion.
Trying to remember who.
Taya Valkyrie?
Yeah, she popped out after the match to challenge for that. So there's that.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia. I did not take notes, so like there's a lot of wrestling. So forgive me if I forget things. Chris Sabin defeated Jay White. So you can. It was 16 minutes,
Jay
so
White
it was good.
Screwed. Jay White was screwed.
And the Good Brothers took on the Briscoes and won in a tag match. Briscoes were fucking busy that day, by the way.
Yeah, Briscoes and Speedball seem to be the busiest wrestlers that weekend.
Oh, absolutely. That Chris Dickinson, Biff Busick, who faced off against Minoru Suzuki in a match. That's another highlight, by the way. Biff Busick versus him. Get it. And that's night one. So I can tell you you're not missing much, but if you wanted to watch some, if you got Impact Plus and it's available, it is available there. Harmless Fun, go watch it. There's a couple of good ones in there to catch. Now, boys, let's get on to the meat of the thing. Supercard of Honor from the Curtis Culwell Center in Garland, Texas. Shall we do this?
Let's dig in.
The pre-show had Colt Cabana defeating Blake Christian. AQA took on Miranda Alice and won 8-15. The Gates of Agony. Now here's how this works out. Tully Blanchard pops out, says hello, doing a new thing. Started telling Tully Blanchard Enterprises is back, bitches. Jasper Kahn and Toa Leona, and I apologize right off the bat if I fucked up the names. I will learn them eventually. They call themselves the Gates of Agony, and they won against Shinobi Shadow Squad. That's Cheeseburger and Eli Isom. And Dalton Castle defeated Joe Hendry in a great match.
Nice.
Even for
Good to
9
see Joe
minutes.
Hendry. Good to see Joe Hendry again.
Yeah, local hero. The main card starts with Swerve Strickland defeating Alex Zane by pinfall. Tully Blanchard would pop back up, saying, "Hey, I'm not done. I got another guy." Calls out Brian Cage to take on Ninja Mac and defeat him in a squash. So, Tully Blanchard, Brian Cage. Here's where that's why they extended him pops up.
Yeah, and Tony Khan said apparently he couldn't tell him due to a non-disclosure agreement with Ring of Honor.
Until it was done. It's like, dude, I kept you because I want to pair you up with Tully Blanchard and Ring of Honor. And Brian Cage probably went, cool. Hey, that's an up between Taz and Tully. Tully's a fucking upgrade, if you ask me.
No offense to the Tasmaniac, but
No.
I'm going with one half of my all-time favorite tag team.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But Taz wears orange and black, and he's from New York.
Tully Blanchard's a former multiple-time NWA and WCW tag team champion.
Well, Taz is a former ECW television, tag team, and world champion, and he's a
Can
former...
Taz claim to be a member of the Four Horsemen?
Yes.
Only because I got hit in the year bags, Matty. The year bags.
So Brian Cage and Gates of Agony, Tully Blanchard Enterprises. Jay Lethal took on Lee Moriarty with Matt Sydal ringside. Ding! Lethal turns heel.
Excellently told match.
Beautiful.
Great
Folks,
event.
forget if you watch this show for the Tag Team Classic that we're about to bring up, the end of it, sure, stay for the rest of the card, especially for this. This was beautifully told. Now, they couldn't find a way to get the Deonna Purrazzo to show up, so they had to figure out an interim women's champion. Mercedes Martinez became that women's champion while defeating Willow Nightingale in a nice one by submission.
After all the work Mercedes Martinez has put in, she deserves some shine.
Absolutely. FTR took on... Top Guys took on Dem Boys for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. They went 27-25. FTR, new champs. Speaking of new champ, Rhett Titus defended the Ring of Honor Television Championship against Minoru Suzuki. He did not need long. 6 minutes even. And new television champion. First North American championship for Minoru Suzuki, which is somewhat surprising.
Yeah, and no one's going to take that belt off of him.
Technical Beast, Josh Woods. They called him Josh Goods Woods. That's a fun fucking nickname. I like that first nickname. But Wheeler Yuta defeated Josh Woods for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. One gripe: where is the graphics package that came along with the Pure title? That was a solid thing that's a solid sports thing that I like. That should be brought back. And in the main event, Gresham took on Bandito to unify the undisputed heavyweight championship of Ring of Honor. 24-55. Jonathan Gresham is the undisputed champion. The fuck?
What?
Jonathan Gresham.
See, Tony Khan is once again making a mistake. He should not put both of those belts on a fucking cephalopoid.
There it is. There it is.
Yep.
I thought we were. God damn it! Thought we were done with this.
No,
We'll be done with this when those belts get on a real human being and not a pretend human being like Jonathan Gresham, if that's his real name.
It is. That is his birth name.
He stole that.
Jesus Christ. There will be a thing down the line on this show. It's not immediate, but somewhere down the line, someone's going to bring Jonathan Gresham on this show, and Shin's going to be like, oh, fuck.
I wouldn't be saying, oh, fuck. I'd be like, hey, Jonathan Gresham, if you are a human, prove to me that you haven't had sex. I mean, if you were a human, if you had sex, you would be alive. But since you're a cephalopoid and octopuses are all virgins until they have sex, then you can't possibly be here. So either you're a virgin, or you're not a virgin, or one of the others. Tell me this, Jonathan, please.
Let's see. Enigma says Gresham belongs on Splatoon. No, he does not.
No, do not encourage him. Do not encourage him.
Too late.
I thought Shin was going to say it'll be over when I have calamari.
Or sashimi, one or the other.
Fair.
Jonathan Gresham, human being. He's just called the octopus because he stretches people like a cephalopod.
Yeah. One of his finishes is the octopus hold.
Of course he is.
Let's move on. We only got 90 minutes.
But
this is one of those things where I wish we weren't running up against Rampage. Jesus.
Hold on. One of the more important parts about the end of this match is afterwards, Jay Lethal came out, turned
to be
heel.
A big fucking heel again. Take his shot. Like, hey, we're buddies. We're buddies. Foundational. I should have the first shot. And Gresham saying, dude, Foundation was built on honor. You have no honor, no deal. And of course, Jonathan Gresham finds out what Jay Lethal goes savage, and Sanjay Dutt goes heel, of course. And then the music hits. A man with familiar garb and a towel overhead pops up. Roof flies off. Joe.
Joey Samoa is no more. He is now Samoan Joseph.
Call him whatever you want, but there's one thing I'm going to call him. The now re-elected mayor of Night Night Land.
Blessed be the power game.
That too.
This means the power game is officially dead. The power game is gone. The power game is over.
The power game is never over.
No.
As long as you believe in the power game will believe in you.
Now, power game.
I cannot wait for the AEW game stream featuring Evil Uno and Samoa Joe showing up
Joey Head Rocker.
Joey Head Rocker, as Joey Head Rocker, saying, "Blessed be the power game has come back, fuckers."
Oh, yeah.
The master, Cyber Rider, the master of the Kiniku Buster. Well, that's
Ultimate
what it
Muscle.
technically is
Thank
as
you.
well. Yeah.
Thank you, Ultimate Muscle.
Yes, sir.
I believe that is actually where Somoa Joe got the move from.
Yep. But yeah, blessed be the power game, and he destroyed a man with a great rap on Wednesday. We'll get to him eventually. WrestleMania from AT&T Stadium. The purported attendances were 77, 899 night 1 and night 2, 78, 443. It was slightly under the Fed. It's like they inflated the number again. But large crowd, loud crowd. No pre-shows, straight up mania.
So the pre-shows were literally like 2 hours of just talking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine actually watching that, just all that time.
We did on Saturday. I was at my brother-in-law's place along with my sister, and we had a few friends over. We had food. We had pulled pork. My sister had a great recipe for slow cooker pulled pork. It was awesome. And we had, there was donuts, there was beer. You needed it for a little while, but we had fun. And of course, the pre-show was in the background with the idea of, hey, if there's a match, we'll watch it. There wasn't, so we just had supper. Simple as that. Show began. By the way, shout outs to Claudia and Grant. I know you don't watch this, but if you are, hello, thank you. Usos defended the tag team, the SmackDown tag straps against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. At 6:55. I get the feeling another couple of minutes were to be stacked on because Rick Boogs fell trying to attempt what would have been a WrestleMania moment worthy situation with both Usos in a fireman's carry position. However, his right quad went nope. Unfortunately, he has a successful surgery. He'll be out for the rest of the year, unfortunately. But bad luck there.
Hate to hear that kind of thing happen.
You do on WrestleMania, and a great entrance as at that as well. All unfortunate, but it is what it is. Drew McIntyre defeated Happy Corbin and kicked out of the end of days. First man to do it in a very long time, so that was a thing. And he also fucked up the ring.
Yep.
And here's something I never thought I would say about a Paul brother. Logan Paul did good. He did good, folks.
I'll take your word on that.
He did. He wasn't perfect. He did not need to be. In a tag team match, he was. But in the spots that he was damn near spot on. Miz and Logan Paul defeated the Mysterios at 11:15. And the Miz, I believe we need to fire some cannons here at Shin.
They weren't that close, so I don't think it warrants a portrayal.
Fair enough. But in an attempt in WWE's attempt to keep the Miz as a heel, they turned him into the biggest baby face of the night, sans Stone Cold.
Also,
Roof flew off when Logan Paul ate that skull-crushing finale.
Also, a recent interview was released by Logan Paul, and he talked about the rigors and just how hard it is to be a wrestler in that ring. He just said it was
I saw that interview, folks. I do not respect Logan Paul as an internet person. I think he's a detriment to YouTube and what we do. But he nutted up. He showed up, and you know what? He showed out in this match. I have respect for Logan Paul for that.
Ditto. He put respect on the ring, and that's all I ask. If you're gonna step in the ring, you're a celebrity. Respect what these people do. That's all I ask.
He treated it the same way Bad Bunny and Pat McAfee did, and he has earned my respect, if not for that. Bianca Belair.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
New Joey Janela feud.
Who's he feuding with?
He's simply delicious.
Buff Bagwell? Yo!
What? Joey, the bad boy versus the stuff?
Daddy! Buff! Daddy!
Buff, here's the stuff.
Nice.
This
And
week
this is
Buff-
GCW, folks. This is a great assault kind of situation where you just go, enjoy the madness.
From Buff Bagwell's Twitter, Buff Stuff. Loving everyone except Joey Janela. Joey Janela responds by showing a gif of Steve Austin and Kurt Angle kicking his ass backstage on Raw.
And Joey Janela is a heel in GCW now, for those keeping up.
Sorry, Enigma, that's not going to happen.
Nah, I believe she is...
She passed away last year.
She passed away,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's last year. Yeah, so that's not happening.
To which Buff responded by saying, Joey's such a great guy. Here he's reminding people, I was on TV hanging with stars, and he couldn't make it off YouTube.
Ooh.
Ooh, thank you, Buff Daddy.
Golf clap on the comeback. I got to read this rest of the card before we get into that tea. Bianca Belair took on Becky Lynch. State of your makeup there, lady. But the hair, perfect. Women's Championship, Bianca, and new for Bianca, and match of the night, night one for sure. Co-match of the night. Though, JC, Becky, and Bianca match of the night one. Fair
Actually,
assessment.
from what I heard, Becky's outfit was actually inspired by a character from Blade Runner.
That's the thing I got. That's the vibe I got. I was like, are you doing, like, unless you fucked up on the makeup, I'm getting Blade Runner vibes. On the haircut alone, I got Blade Runner vibes, but
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. But yeah, state of the makeup, hair of the hair and makeup. The hair is perfect. I got Blade Runner vibes on that. Here's the other member of the co-match, by the way. Co-match of the night. Cody Rhodes took on Seth freaking Rollins in wrestling's worst-kept secret WrestleMania debut. Cody Rhodes got his big baby face pop back.
And this is the first match I watched of WrestleMania.
Not a bad choice.
This was chef's kiss. Like, this would felt like a legitimate WrestleMania moment that people are going to be talking about for years.
And Seth Rollins hung in there for 21 minutes, for damn near 22 minutes, played his role absolutely perfectly. I will second the motion for a chef's kiss.
By the way, I want to point out, commentary team acted like this was a surprise, and a great keeper like, no, this is the worst kept secret ever. What are you guys talking about?
Corey Graves was on point on commentary. Botchmania and a few other people brought up the Ocarina of Time reference.
He did?
No. Cody, big Legend of Zelda fan. So just on the quote alone, yeah, he could have picked better quotes, of course. But you know what? For the moment and the fact that Cody's a big Legend of Zelda mark, a fine selection.
Well, yeah, much is obvious considering one of his finishers is called Din's Fire.
Yep.
Could have been worse. It could have been Michael Cole trying to make it a reference to something that it wasn't.
It also could have been worse. Could have been Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Charlotte retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. 1830, folks. That was the drizzling shits.
And according to what I'm seeing on Twitter, the feud is continuing.
That moonsault. Just that moonsault tells me enough about this match.
Someone tell Charlotte to stop doing the fucking moonsault. You're a heel. Act like it.
When Andrade does that moonsault, it's smooth like butter. When Charlotte does that moonsault, it's as smooth as a gravel road in Mississippi in the summer.
Any gravel road in the summer, when you really think about it.
Specifically Mississippi. They have some really bad gravel roads.
I'll take your word on that.
Fair enough. And in the main event slot, for those wondering, they moved New Day to night 2. It was the KO show, featuring Stone Cold Steve Austin as a special guest. And it was, it was Kevin Owens doing his thing on the mic. And then he challenged Stone Cold Steve Austin to a no-holds-barred match. Guess what? Surprise, fuckers. Stone Cold's first match in 19 fucking years. He took on my boy Kevin Owens. in a maybe not good or bad, dumb, fun, kind of no-holds-barred match. Folks, Austin took bumps.
Good on.
Austin took bumps.
It was a
Hard
match.
bumps. Floor bumps.
Yep, it was a match that happened, and Steve Austin won, but this is definitely going to be something Kevin Owens can hang his hat on for the rest of his life.
People are going to say, oh, they're burying Kevin Owens. They're burying Sami Zayn. Folks, featured bouts in the biggest show of the year. Kevin Owens main evented WrestleMania. Let me repeat this. Kevin Owens main evented a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
In a dream match, no less.
Also, I like to point out the clip from the Kevin Steen show. We was talking with Jimmy Jacobs about.
That is the stinger, by the way. That is the stinger.
Yeah, just you wait, because that's just.
That is perfect.
I forgot I sent you that as the stinger. Thank you for reminding me.
No, I agreed. As soon as I listened, oh God, the punchline at the end. Austin took stunners. Beer was thrown around. Beer was drunk. People were having fun. I was like, this is fun. Yeah. Happy in my head place. Night 2. RK Bro. Again, there no pre-show, no, straight up to the main card. RK Bro, they defended the Raw Tag Team titles in a thankfully better opener for WrestleMania, considering the weekend. They defeated the Street Profits and Alpha Academy. That's Chad Gable and Otis. 11:30 in a beautiful sequence, beautiful pair of RKOs to top it up, by the way. No offense to Mr. Randall Keith Orton, but I think Matt Riddle had the better RKO. At least on an out-of-nowhere basis.
I will take your word for it.
Just saying. Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Bobby Lashley defeated Omos in 6:35. That was... I'm not going to say shit. A lot of hyperbole is said on shit, but that was not a good match.
I told you.
I'll take your word on that.
I told you, Omos. Not the guy.
But Undertaker called him the next Andre the Giant.
He was paid to do so.
A lot.
He was paid to do so. Period.
Are you sure he's not just getting old and blind?
He was paid $100. He was paid $100 a letter to say that sentence.
Yeah. Hey, if I'm going to put over this guy who was a drizzling shits, fuck you, pay me. Or give me 2 entrances at WrestleMania, which at the Hall of Fame roll call, he got both of them both nights. So there's that. And then there's a lot of people saying this is burying Sami Zayn. I say this is dumb fun. This is literally dumb.
This is the first
Johnny Knoxville defeated Sami Zayn in an Anything Goes match, which I called last week, if you recall correctly, gentlemen. I said this was going to be a prank war. This was going to be Jackass the wrestling match. What was this? Jackass the wrestling match. And people are shitting on this, and I was half tempted to say, what the fuck did you expect?
Yeah, I love this match. This is the first match I watched tonight too, and it was amazing. Easily,
it was fun.
This might be my favorite match of the whole WrestleMania show.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
I am so happy. I am so happy. I'm not the only one loving this match. Thank God. Okay.
I mean, come on. I mean, come on. It had a wrestling legend in it. Come on, you guys. Huh?
Pontius?
No, a bigger WrestleMania, a real bigger wrestling legend.
Who?
The Hand.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the son of a Hall of Famer right there.
Making his WrestleMania debut as part of the Jackass props. He must have been happy to have gotten that call. And of course, it was brought up. JC loved Wee Man's Hulk Andre tribute. Perfect. I'm like, dude, he did a scoop slam. That is awesome.
Yeah, and props to Sammy for getting himself up for that.
And props to Wee Man. That could not have been easy.
Yeah.
Also, Wee Man might be one of the most over people the whole show.
He must have been. I think people thought he was Hornswoggle for a
Oh,
second.
Jesus Christ.
I would not be surprised to find out half of those people in that stadium thought he was Hornswoggle, not Wee Man.
Oh, no. But Hornswoggle's white.
Yeah. Do people care, though?
I care.
Yeah, you do, and I'm like, I know that's fucking Wee Man. But then again, I'm a Jackass fan. And by the way, Johnny Knoxville was awesome in this. So is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn earned it. Fatal 4-way tag match. Raw, the SmackDown tag titles. Sasha, Naomi, and new champs. Nice sports car. Queen Zelina, Liv Morgan, they were Queen Zelina and Carmella, they were the former tag champs. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, who looked boss. And Natalya and Shayna Baszler, who were there.
The only thing I know about this match is that Natalya wore Rey Mysterio's boots.
That is awesome. Edge defeated AJ Styles thanks to Punishment Martinez.
I was so disappointed by this match.
This 24:05. First off, the Botchamania Classic of AJ Styles busting himself open on the WrestleMania set, which, by the way, is now made of steel, wood, and 1% of AJ Styles flesh.
Yeah, apparently the way wrestlers enter, there's a sharp turn, no pun intended,
Yeah.
and you gotta watch out for the giant star because you have to go.
You got to
if
go
you're not
near
going
to the
directly-
center.
Yeah, if you're not directly on the center, you will get cut. Apparently,
If you see how Pat McAfee entered the arena where he centered himself before going out through, that's basically what he had to do. AJ Styles was so excited and got himself on the cheek. You know, Edge AJ Styles was underwhelming. Fine, good match, but underwhelming.
I just felt like for the type of feud they had, it would be a bit more. I don't know, a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, you would think. But alas, they were not. Sheamus, Rich Holland, they defeated the Noon Day in 140. Thanks for busted. Get well soon, Big E. Sorry for your neck. We're gonna squash your boys.
That was that. I did not like that.
Nah, this is literally a case of why did you advertise it in the first place? You could have saved yourself a few minutes by not even having it on. Pat McAfee took on Austin Theory with Vince McMahon at ringside. Pat McAfee is over. Pat McAfee was good. Then again, we were not surprised. We saw his action stuff with Adam Cole Babay. So there's that. Then Pat McAfee won. He's celebrating. People are singing along to Seven Nation Army. And then Pat McAfee points at Vince. Calls him out. Why? We do not fucking know. But there's interference. For 3 minutes, 45 seconds later, Vince McMahon won a match at WrestleMania. And then, of course, Austin Theory and Vince are going, yay, celebrate, I'm Vince McMahon, damn it. Glass shatters, roof flies off, Austin 316, he's walking, he's talking, stunner Austin Theory, who did a rock supercell. Perfect. He starts drinking beer. Austin gives McMahon a beer. His Broken Skull American Lager. Pops open. McMahon does the wine tasting thing. He likes it. He drinks it. Boot. And thus begun the worst sell of the Stone Cold Stunner in the history of ever.
Vince always talks about wanting to be better than Donald Trump. Well, he finally did. He has surpassed Donald Trump by having the worst stunner sell ever.
That was really. I saw a clip of that sell, and I was just like, "What are you doing, Vince? What are you doing?"
First off, what the fuck is he doing? He's a damn near octogenarian eating a stunner at WrestleMania. And I'm like, it's dumb fun. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, and JC, I loved Mick Foley's reaction. That was pretty much all of us on the floor laughing.
I don't think I've ever seen Mick Foley laugh that hard for so long before.
By the way, Pat McAfee was invited into the ring to celebrate. He got a couple of beers. He got to eat a stunner, and at the end of the segment, there's a small little segment at the end of it where McAfee's on the floor next to the announce table, and he's still chugging his beer. Pro.
Because unlike Vince McMahon, Pat McAfee isn't a bitch.
Yeah.
Took it well, by the way. Took that stunner well, I find. And then in the main event of the whole shebang, Roman Reigns became the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion of Turbo 2 Ultra Edition. Because if we're going to throw every goddamn hyperbole in there. They went 12-15. I get the feeling they wanted to go longer, and then Roman Reigns broke his body. Either he dislocated his shoulder or tore his triceps. And then Brock Lesnar decided, I'm going to put a Kimura on it. You can audibly hear Roman Reigns begging to Paul Heyman to tell people in the back, something popped, something popped.
You could see it.
You could see, yeah, I've had a dislocated shoulder. You could see a dislocated shoulder, folks.
Yeah. It was a Brock versus Roman match. If you've seen them all, if you've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
The only difference was Reigns was, God mode Reigns, not regular Roman Reigns.
I will say this is definitely one of the better Roman and Brock matches they've had. I think the dynamic switch definitely helped freshen things up.
A little bit, but still.
It's your bog standard match with the roles reversed and Roman Reigns firing on as many cylinders as you could after a dislocated fucking shoulder. And if that is the case, Roman, I feel for you,
Gracie says, congrats to Roman on the new Uwu Championship.
By the way, Kid Bandit is fucking running with that on Twitter.
Agreed. And by the way, I wonder what they're going to do with the belts now. Like, are they going to keep them separate, or will they merge them into one belt?
They're probably going to keep them separate to appease their paymasters.
Yeah,
appease their network overlords.
Yep.
Yeah, because apparently they both still want their own championship.
We'll see what happens. They say Roman Reigns is going to say something about the plans later, but
I suppose we'll find out then. But if they really want to appease the networks, then just elevate the mid-card belts. But of course, we know WWE don't want to do that these days.
No. Fuck the mid-card belts. That's what they're thinking.
Even though if they did elevate the mid-card belts, it would, also elevate the world title by comparison. Just, come on.
We could bitch all night. I'm going to say if you're looking for a rating for WrestleMania, I'd say a 3.5 out of 5. Strongly suggest watching the first night as a whole. You could definitely skip Rousey versus Flair. As far as night 2, Pat McAfee had a banger. Sammy had dumb fun. It's dumb fun, but you will have fun with this dumb fun. Sammy versus Knoxville, the whole presentation was fucking fun. That's about it. JC being generous, a 4 out of 5 there, but fair.
I give it as a whole for both days 3.5. I mean,
that's where I'm sitting.
First night was great, minus that one match. Second night was it wasn't god awful, but it just fell short from the first night.
That's how I feel. I think I went to the in-law at just a perfect night to do it. That was a fun night. That was a fun show. Okay. We got about 20 minutes to get through a lot of shit there, T-Dub. Let's go.
All right. First up, we have the what I can only describe as shit's crazy, y'all. I don't know what the fuck is going on between Nash Carter and Kimberly. I really don't know what the fuck is going on. Accusations from both sides nonstop. And then all of a sudden the Hitler picture comes out. What the fuck is going on?
All right, let's keep it simple. Kimberly, before WrestleMania weekend, starts throwing accusations about Nash Carter. It is Nash Carter, right?
Yes.
Not anymore, anyway. But Nash Carter, who is now a former tag team champion, over sexual abuse, regular abuse, spousal abuse. She's showing a picture of her with a busted lip, that kind of stuff. Now WWE takes a look at that stuff and they're going, okay, they're be like, yeah, they're we don't care, we don't fucking care. Then she posts a picture of Nash Carter sporting a toothbrush mustache, you know the one, and he's doing that pose with it in that selfie.
Yeah.
Shin has seen the picture. I get the feeling that the accusations would have been, okay, we're going to sweep it under the rug until the crazy bitch decides to sue. They're probably their words, not mine. I don't think Kimberly is crazy. I'm just saying, if you're in the mind of the Fed, you're thinking, oh, this is just another crazy bitch. And then the mustache is really is unleashed on the internet, and they go, oh, well, fuck that. You're fired, kid.
And from what I can tell, the picture apparently came from Dave Christ.
So there's heat.
As far as the accusations go, I stand by the statement that I've always stood by. Accusations are not evidence. They can lead to evidence, but they should not be taken solely as evidence. Mm-hmm. And based on what I've been able to gather about the situation from what has been presented to me on various outlets, Kimberly's accounts are often contradictory, and that is the last thing you want to be, especially when you're accusing someone else. Because she said one thing, and then the next time someone talks to her, she said another thing. At one point, she said that she was never physically abused by Nash, and then the very next thing she says, "Oh, he abused me all the time." So it's contradictory. That's not a good look in the court of law.
WWE probably looked at the contradictory things and said, "Is there a lawsuit?" And you said, "No." So he said, "We got your back." And then the mustache pops up, and you're going, you do realize we've fired people for less, right?
Yeah, I'm not even going to defend him for that. That was dumb of him.
That was dumb, and that is on social media now, and he is fucked.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the other half of MSK. What the fuck happened?
Wesley, whatever he does, do not punish Wesley. He has nothing to do with this.
Depends on
the situation.
Well, from what I understand, Nash is still staying with Wes and his wife.
That's not surprising. Wesley's wife was one of the people out there defending him on social media.
Yeah.
It's a lot of he said, she said, and then one threw a bomb, either out of spite or heat or both. Here's your receipt, asshole. And then, well, there goes his dream job. That's where it goes. But, folks, no, this is not the worst story of the week.
No, it goes
from a long shot.
It goes from what the fuck insanity to what the fuck is wrong with you.
And not the Nash Mozart funny way, by the way.
It's a please stop being yourself. Just get some fucking help because you've now killed a man.
Yes. Tammy Sitch, the former Sonny, drunk driving. And that's as far as I'm going to go with this one. I hope she is found guilty and is punished to the farthest extent of the law. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to release her in the first fucking place? She was already facing some shit. So you know what? We're done. We are done with her.
Yep.
The next time you'll hear from her will probably be the guilty sentence and how long she'll have to stay in prison for. But beyond that, she is beyond saving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. When you kill people by doing the one thing you shouldn't be fucking doing on bail, I'm sorry. Go to jail. Do not collect $200. Go fuck off. Do not pass go either.
I told my mom the situation, and she said that Tammy, because on top of her being out on bail, vehicular manslaughter, it's very likely she won't get out until she's a senior citizen.
Well, hopefully they should get some time to slow her up.
Yeah,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
She is going. If they throw the book at her, she will not see the light of day for a long time.
No simpy.
Like the next time she gets out, Brody Jr. is going to be wrestling in AEW.
More than likely.
Do you guys want some good news?
Let's go to the good news.
One bit of good news this week. It is now official that Dynamite will be airing, AEW will be airing Dynamite and Rampage on NJPW World in Japan.
Yeah, if you're in Japan, you got, well, obviously you're not listening to this, but if you are, arigato. I'm sorry, I just read what JC said about that. In the immortal words of Nash, fuck you, jail. Perfect.
How would Danhausen translate well into Japanese?
Very nice, very evil.
Well, when you consider some of the characters that have been over in Japan, very nicely.
Very nicely, and B, we all want Toru Yano versus Danhausen immediately. So I was gonna say, if you're in Japan and you got New Japan World, now you could watch AEW with the rest of us. So yay! Also, Danhausen versus Yano, please.
No, they're already members of the same faction, so they're going to team together.
Better.
Also, have to warn
Got
you
a
guys
smile
right
on
now.
my face thinking about that.
Hold on.
God damn it! Why do I not have the power to turn on the camera? To see my face smiling.
Right now, that's power surging in my house a bit, so if I go silent, it's because the power goes out.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
All right.
So hopefully that doesn't happen.
I'll get through Dynamite there, bud. Let's get through it.
All right, start off with Adam Cole defeating Christian Cage in a hell of a contest.
Love that match. That was a solid way to open the show.
It was a counter match, like two guys just trying to out-counter each other. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
And eventually there was fights between the Undisputed Originals and Jurassic Express, which eventually let Adam Cole in the ring alone, and who confronted him, but Hangman Adam Page, who let Adam Cole. And by the way,
Adam Cole was trying to say, "Don't do this, you're gonna blah blah blah," and Hangman just like, "Who gives a fuck?" Storms in the ring, takes the mic, Texas Death Match.
So yeah, best of luck, Cole. And that match will not be happening on a pay-per-view. Will not be happening at Battle of the Belts. It'll be happening next week, live edition of Rampage.
Yeah.
We're the go-home show for that, by the way. Smile at my head, please, ladies and gentlemen.
We also had Somoa Joe defeating Max Caster in
Max
a short match.
Caster Rap of the Year.
Even Samoa Joe was like, okay, those are pretty good bars.
Yeah, I love Samoa Joe just sort of smiling and nodding along to those lines like, yeah, that's good. It's good. More fuel for me to kill you with. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good rap song. And now for me to kill you. Wait, what?
And we saw the return of the Muscle Buster.
Fuck the Fed for fucking that move up.
It was very nice to see. By the way, one thing I love about Max Caster is, despite the fact that he almost always loses, he somehow stays over with the crowd. That's amazing. That is talent.
Well, we beat him in the ratings. He was their champ. Thank you, Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
That was me just clapping. That's me clapping and being like, yay!
Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We also had Shawn Dean defeating Shawn Spears in the Battle of the Shawns.
Yeah.
With the Wardlow interfering.
You might as well
MJF just can't stay in the back like a good boy.
You might as well call Captain Shawn Dean the Pinnacle Crusher. He is 2-0 against the Pinnacle.
And he's facing MJF next week. Oh, gee, what's going to happen now?
I feel that MJF is going to murder Shawn Dean next week.
Shawn Dean goes 3-0.
Oh, God. Both's going to happen.
We have the Hardys defeating Butcher and the Blade in a tables match.
It was
the worst match of the night. Let's not mince words, boys.
It was okay.
This was
crazy.
Knowing the amount of injuries both Hardys have had, they did not need to do this table match at all. It was not necessary.
Crazy ending, but not really necessary. They
Not
just
worth it. I'm sorry, that was not worth it.
Should have made it a bog standard tag team match. That would have been a lot better.
Possibly. We also had a backstage segment where Eddie Kingston and Prime Powerful beat the shit out of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
So basically, what happened?
Including Eddie Kingston grabbing the backstage monitor and throwing it at them.
Literally yanking the damn thing. I get the feeling it was a case of the Jericho Appreciation Society were supposed to have a backstage segment. And then, of course, the Eddie Kingston probably have an in-ring thing. It was literally, oh, by the way, this is what happened. Eddie Kingston trying to murder someone with a 48-inch TV.
Matty, didn't you hear what he said when he cut a promo in that ring?
Oh, I know. I believe the words on site.
Anyone from the knows what those two words mean.
You sidelined for a little bit there. Repeat that.
Anyone from the hood knows what those two words mean. That means on site. They dead. Doesn't matter what they doing. Doesn't matter what they eating. Doesn't matter who they fucking. You see them on site.
For those who are not from there, let me translate it to you in wrestling speak. It's the Hardcore Championship, 24/7 rules, and they're always the fucking champion. But they don't have a belt. That's the point. They are the 24/7 champion. On site.
So now they can't even go to McDonald's and order a number one with extra large fries.
They cannot.
Now if Eddie Kingston's the one serving it to him.
You guys, you sports entertainers want something to eat? And all I hear on the speaker is, "Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, bro?" Oh, shit. You want extra ass?
God.
You want some extra
No. I can see this segment. It's a total WWE thing, but they're in the drive-thru. It's Jericho Appreciation Society. It's 2.0. It's Jericho and Jake Hager. They're doing their orders. They don't even care who's on the other line. We all know it's Eddie Kingston or one member of LAX. And Jake Hager is like, I'll have a number 9. A number 9 with... hold on. I need to find that GTA order now.
I remember that order.
I need... Fast food order.
God damn it, Matty.
All right, so I'll take 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Oh, better yet, Daniel Garcia goes to a Japanese masseuse parlor. He's getting a deep tissue massage. And, I think I want a happy ending. And all of a sudden he turns around. The geisha is actually Eddie Kingston.
Oh, no. No, it's one of LAX. He doesn't even notice it because it's the makeup.
You want happy ending? Oh, I got your happy ending, bro. On site. Me love you long time. So my fist beat you long time. On site.
Could you imagine Chris Jericho? He's enjoying some theater, some Shakespeare. Out comes Eddie Kingston. To be or not to be, monkey throws the skull at Jericho.
or
on site.
Alas, Chris Jericho, I knew him. On site.
Oh, my favorite Shakespeare play, Taming of the Shrew, and I'm struggling to think of a line that would fit this. Damn it. No time.
Well,
have fun with it, folks. This is all we're saying.
We also had Hikaru Shida defeating Julia Hart in a pretty good match to advance in the Owen Hart tournament.
Julia Hart's turn to the dark side continues.
Yep.
She's officially heel now. I mean, she's got the eye patch. She's got the black makeup around the eye patch. She sent the Varsity Blondes to the back, and she even attacked Hikaru Shida before the bell.
Yep.
She's a heel.
And after the match, we got a stare down between Sheeta and Deeb.
They're going to meet.
Feud continues.
They're going to meet in the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's a foregone conclusion. Book
And
it,
they're
Dano.
And they're going to beat the piss out of each other.
Yep.
And in our main event, we got the full treatment of the Triple N ROH World Tag Team titles being on the line, with FTR taking on the Young Bucks, with ring announcing duties brought to us by Mr. Bobby Cruz.
Goosebumps, folks. Goosebumps. That was like the right voice at the right time to get you settled in for a tag team match of the fucking week right there.
I'd rate it slightly. If Dem Boys and Top Guys were a 5-star match, this was a solid 4 3/4.
Yeah, this was easily one of the best matches all week, which is saying a lot considering all the matches. But like FTR and Young Bucks they've got to be like among the best tag teams going right now because they're just killing it on all. They're hitting on all cylinders, non-stop whenever they wrestle each other. And this is only their second match. They've only wrestled each other twice in 18 months. That is a huge level of restraint.
The rubber match is going to happen at like a Double or Nothing or All Out in like 2023, and people will fucking rejoice. Nick Extreme in the chat regarding the on-site comment. It's basically the Booker Austin grocery beat down. Price check on the jackass.
Indeed.
And I can imagine showing up at all of them showing up at a Walgreens and saying, "Here's $50,000. We'll help clean up after we beat each other up." Wait, what? And there goes the Walgreens.
You know what? For a rubber match, this is what I want. FDR still being ROH champions, while the Young Bucks and IWGP World Heavyweight Tag Champs.
Or the AEW Tag Champs.
Either way, both teams have belts. Put them both on the line. Winner takes all.
Hell, as of recording, FTR they're the AAA champions and the ROH champions. Bucks go old school. They got the IWGP and the AEW World Tag titles. That's your all out main event. Or they go all fucking in.
All in at all in.
Yipper.
And that's all I have.
Plenty of time to get the chips in the right order, folks. That's all I'm saying.
And that's all I have when it comes to all the news, unless either of you gentlemen have something you'd like to bring to the table.
I got a couple of bits.
Sure.
All right. Hit us with it, Mr. Shane.
We actually have time, believe it or not.
Yep. It has been making the rounds lately. This past week, Corey Graves and Carmella finally tied the knot.
You know what? Happy for him.
Hey, John Moxley was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mox was there, and a certain picture's been floating around of him basically
everyone's
wearing his ring.
dressed appropriately. Mox, leather, and wearing a Cincinnati Bengals shirt.
And some people getting on him, and I'm like, this is Mox. I wouldn't expect. I cannot see him wearing any kind of dress suit.
You tell him black tie. That's exactly. He's gonna have the same outfit with a black tie around his neck.
And he said black tie.
Maybe a good pair of shoes.
And you know, everybody in that picture knew he was going to come up wearing that.
Yep.
Yes, at least you know Corbin knows.
There is some bad news to go along with them being married. It's the fact that during the 2 weeks they're on their honeymoon, replacing him on Monday Night Raw is Jerry Lawler. Enjoy that one, folks.
Oh, folks, if you want a reason not watch Raw, well, there you have it. Nothing. You know what? Jimmy Smits is a decent on mic, so you get.
And my other piece of news, it has to deal with one of my loser. You know what?
You want us to get the losers? We could get the losers right now.
We can do that.
We could do that. I think that's a good. All right. You know what? Time for winners and losers. If you have a segue, my friend, go right ahead.
Losers is WWE. Well, D-Cell Battery WWE. Don't get me wrong. They did put on a pretty good WrestleMania, 2 nights, and then like Super Kami Guru said, it went all downhill from
It was all it was all downhill from there.
outside of Cody Rhodes' promo. There was nothing worthwhile about the Mania. This is a Raw after Mania Raw. It should have been something awesome, and instead,
They advertised a Roman Reigns promo that literally said, "I got plans. Tune into SmackDown."
yep.
So it's an announcement to make an announcement.
Pretty much.
What they did to poor Elias.
What?
No, that's not Elias. That's Ezekiel.
Oh,
There's
God,
only
here
one
we go
Ezekiel
again.
that I recognize, and his last name is Jackson.
Yeah, I miss Big Zeke. He was pretty cool in Lucha Underground.
He was. Also,
But in
Elias Sampson, what the fuck did you do to your beard? You know, it's not often that I agree with Junior. This is one of those moments where I have to agree. Dude, you were better with beard. You were better with chin fuzz.
He was a call, and not a good call. I mean,
He
call
looked,
from WWE.
he looked like a generic mother. And you know what? It might be the idea. People are going to say, well, it's Elias. That's Elias. Well, what do you mean? I'm Ezekiel. I'm just his younger brother. And I'm like, no. You are literally asking to be released in 6 months at this point.
And he looked, and not a good call, a call from WWF Attitude for the PlayStation. Yeah, I went there.
He's the kind of guy call that would get squashed by, aye, motherfucking cowboy.
And then there was giving Braun Breaker his title back, even though he lost to Dolph Ziggler. Having Walter job out to fucking Braun Breaker, turning Marcel Barteau into Gunther and breaking up the best tag team in the entire company.
Ludwig.
I will never call him that. Ludwig, super kid, and I will never fucking call him that.
Fair.
Like, you built up all this goodwill coming into the weekend, and then you cock it up in less than 24 hours.
And they
Also,
can continue to cock it up at NXT too.
And to continue my co-D-Cell Battery Award winner, Ronda Rousey. Because according to some reports, Ronda threw a bitch fit because she wasn't in the main event of WrestleMania and nearly walked out.
Good. Be pissed. Guess what? Austin Owens was a better main event than that shit show you had with Charlotte Flair.
Let me put it like this, Ronda. Your match was, if you went on the main event, your match would have came after Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair, which was a banger.
And
Cody
Austin
Rhodes
versus Owens.
And Taker coming out. You couldn't follow that, and you didn't. And what's more, listen here,
Your
Ronda.
triple threat would have stood a better chance, but you versus Charlotte, which is a match nobody wants. You think you can follow that?
No.
We would have booed you out of the goddamn fucking Fed again.
And for another thing, Ronda, just because you aren't in the main event doesn't mean you can't have a great match. There have been tons of matches in the history of WrestleMania that weren't in the main event that were great.
Steamboat versus Savage.
Yep.
Austin versus Hart.
Hart versus Hart.
Yeah, they opened.
Michaels versus Razor. Ladder match.
Yeah.
What else? What's another?
CM Punk versus The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undertaker
versus Shawn Michaels, part 1.
Undertaker versus Triple H. Pick one.
The list is endless at this point.
You're just pissy because you expected to get the royal treatment after getting handed the Royal Rumble win that you didn't really deserve. Be happy you were on the card after that shit match. Be happy that they even try to book you again.
By the way, congratulations on getting the guy who agented your match, fucking fired. You dumb cunt. Yeah,
Also,
I called her a C word. You know what? The way she's acting, I think OSW would throw in that word too.
I'd agree.
Reluctantly, but they would.
As for my overall losers, just Volta for jobbing out in 10 minutes, the breakup of Imperium, hot potatoing the fucking women's tag team belts on NXT.
Again.
Again. That tables match was no. And Nash Carter for fucking his career up. Just that picture did not help him. It did not help him.
Nope.
And I'm done.
Let's see. Losers for me. I'm going to WWE for making NXT Stand and Deliver completely irrelevant.
That
How
too.
crazy is that? I forgot to put Stand and Deliver on the list.
Yeah, like
There's no one-
they made that Stand and Deliver. They made it irrelevant by basically reversing almost every decision on the card. Like, okay, who won last Saturday? Okay, everyone who won last Saturday, you're all losing this week.
Cameron Grimes was literally the only guy that survived
Give it
with his
time.
belt
give it time.
intact.
Here's hoping he keeps surviving because it feels like everyone who won last Saturday is just like, okay, you won, you had your time to shine. Okay, now give your belt back, and give your belt back. I would almost believe it would have happened to MSK sooner than later at this point. Ugh.
Who'd you give it to there? Are there any tag teams left in NXT?
So far, Grizzly Young Veterans are the only ones who haven't won the tag belts.
Give it to them. They deserve it.
It's the Fed Jr. at this point. Moving on.
By the way, I noticed that they also have new belts for the NXT men and women where the center plate is now sparkly.
It's sparkly and it has a like the effect, a pearlescent effect.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I'm like the 10th Doctor after he saw what the 11th Doctor did to the TARDIS. Oh, changed the title design. Yeah, I don't like it.
Hey, that's a class. That is a classic Who line.
That it is.
Classic Who line.
At the very least, they didn't ruin him too much. It could have been much worse. Much worse. At least they don't look like the 24/7 title.
Fair.
True.
And the NXT women's tag belts look fine. So, whatever.
Let's see. When it comes to do I have any other losers? Can't really think of any. Just that, really.
All right, for losers, I got two. WWE. For the aforementioned reasons, but I'm going to throw one more. So, remember WrestleMania 27, WrestleMania 7, Gimmick Battle Royal, Bobby Heenan, Iron Cheek's taking so long, he'll by the time he gets to the ring, he'll be WrestleMania 38. Perfect missed opportunity right there, boys. Where was Sheiky Baby this weekend?
Yeah, that
Just
sucks.
saying. Just saying. He would have been perfect for the Jackass match too. Shows up. Hey, I finally showed up. Corey Gray, Pat McAfee on comms. Oh my God, Bobby Heenan's prophecy came true. He would have done it. He would have said it.
Okay, women. I heard what you said about Sheiky Baby on Twitter. So Sheiky Baby come to WrestleMania 38 finally. And now I do what I always do. I put you in camel clutch, break your fucking back, and then back your ass, make it humble.
And Vince McMahon for the worst stunner cell ever.
Made Linda look decent by comparison.
Who knew, right? Who the fuck knew? And, well, let's do some winners, boys.
The wrestling fans for this past week, because we got a lot of great wrestling. We had
Folks,
multiversal matches.
If this weekend was, you watch wrestling, you were happy. No matter what.
Yep. Super Card of Honor showing you that Ring of Honor is in great hands with Tony Khan and seeing a lot of stuff going forward. I am very happy to see what's next for Ring of Honor. WrestleMania, specifically Night 1. Cody Rhodes for... Look, I'm going to just say it right now with what the man from New York would say. Cody Rhodes doesn't need WWE. WWE needs Cody Rhodes because he is a megastar right now, and I'm very, very happy for him.
JD,
they need main event level.
That is very well said.
Yeah, they need main event level baby faces yesterday, so they could really use somebody like Cody.
Honestly, after the reaction he got this weekend and the reaction for his promo, he's the one who's going to take down the Tribal Chief. I'm calling it. He's the only one.
Give that the year sell right there.
Slow burn. Let it happen naturally. Don't hot shot it.
Dwayne ain't showing up. There's your main event right fucking there.
I would say SummerSlam.
No. Slow burn that shit. That's Mania next year.
That's too slow for WWE, and you know it.
Absolutely. But if WWE trusts Cody, which I'm pretty sure they do after throwing a shitload of money and executive producer status for the Dusty documentary for A&E, pretty sure they're going to slow burn that shit.
This is the Fed, my friend. The slowest you're going to get with them is 6 months. They'd be taking the belt off Roman at the wrong time. SummerSlam's a big show. They get a big stadium, fair. But I don't know, man. I would say if you're gonna hotshot something and Dwayne's available, that Roman versus Dwayne at SummerSlam, then you throw in Cody in there. The winners AEW for all the reasons. The Owen Cup is shaping up to be on both sides. Men and women shaping up to be some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. And for tonight, because of the much ballyhooed match between Mox and Wheeler Yuta, been hearing some scuttlebutt all day about this match, and it sounds like a banger. I haven't heard what happens in this match, but all I know is it sounds like a banger. People are already calling it match of the year.
Well, we will be the judge of that. We'll let you know about that on Twitter and on the show next week. T-Dub.
I'm giving my winner to Wheeler Yuta for really raising his stock this past week.
He had a hell of a weekend. Yeah. Absolutely.
And, of course, tag team wrestling.
Fair enough. All right, I got a list here. Undertaker for the Hall of Fame speech. The Hall of Fame in general was a fun thing. Supercard of Honor, Ring of Honor in general, yes. Samoa Joe, fuck yes. Pat McAfee and Johnny Knoxville had a great weekend. Look, dumb fun, but they played their part, and I feel bad. And the Mousetrap fucked up. Mousetrap went into business for itself.
Listen,
Wrestling in general this week is a winner. Just in general. You were saying something, by the way?
I would say whenever you're dealing with props, especially ones that are multi-setup, things tend to go wrong at the worst time.
Mousetrap went into business for itself. That's what my headcanon is. Wrestling in general is a winner this week. No matter who you support, what you support, you were fed, you were satisfied this week. From Wednesday to Wednesday, you were happy and you had place. And Corey Graves for the well-timed Ocarina of Time reference. Yeah, overrated as it may be, fair, but...
Ocarina of Time's not overrated. It's one of the greatest games of all time. I will not hear anything. Don't even at me!
We will at you.
But it was a well-timed reference and a beautiful reference in context of the thing Corey Graves did as retweet. That's it, boys. We got a couple minutes to plug our shit. Let's do that.
All right, of course. You can always find me on Max Corin on YouTube to find your latest in War Machine and Horde's lore videos. Also, I just finished recording the first episode of my playthrough of Marvel Champions, the living card game published by Fantasy Flight Games. As soon as I'm done editing and actually creating an opening for it, I will put it up on YouTube so you guys can enjoy me as I play Spider-Man taking on one of his greatest nemesises, the Rhino. And as a nice little bit today, Marvel Champion Sinister Motives dropped, which includes 2 heroes, Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales, and you get to take on all members of the Sinister Six. So I really want to cop that, and I really want to get it, and I probably will play it for my channel one day. Also follow me on Twitter, hashtag Shintigercurl, at Shintigercurl. Matty already put my donation bucket in there for me teeth because they really need it. And that's all I got.
Oh, of course, from on
go
my
ahead,
end, I have my Until Dawn review still up on YouTube. Be sure to check that out. Currently working on my next video, which was voted on by my followers on Twitter, which is going to be my favorite Tony Hawk game. If you want to see that early, patreon.com/TWK Reviews. That's patreon.com/TWK Reviews.
And of course, if you want to see his video, I believe you plugged your Patreon. All right.
Heath? Yep.
You want to see it early? You know the link is on the screen already. My PayPal tip jar, PayPal.me/MattyJ316. Twitter, MattyJ316, TWK official at Shintigercurl. Emails, you can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. And we got the Streamlabs, we got the Discord thing in the bottom of the Twitch situation and all that good stuff. No Toka riffs. We were hoping to do Toka riffs, but there was a situation over at the Shades place. I'm not going to go too much into too much detail. Everybody's fine. It's just one of those things where this needs to be taken care of. Where we go back to the fun stuff. We'll probably be back in a couple of weeks with more Toka riff goodness. I am thinking of doing like a Discord call, watch party thing, but you will know day of if and when we do that, of course. But pretty much that's it. We're done for the evening. We have 5 minutes to get set up for Rampage, so we're gonna do right that. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the wrestling, and you're gonna enjoy even more wrestling tonight. At least one more hour of it, anyway. We have everybody, including Shintigercurl.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? On shut!
Ah! Perfect. And TWK.
That was a bad idea from Bad Creative.
My name's Matty J, reminding you to... Oh, wait, it's Chris Jericho right there, buddy. On-site, Jericho. Hey, Eddie, right over there. There you go. Don't fuck up the paintings. They're not mine. My name's Matty J, reminding you how professional wrestling supports you on-site. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. Yes, I just did that. Why not? It could happen. It has happened. But not in my place, but Triple H and Randy Orton's place. WrestleMania 25. Great build. Talks about the main event. Have a good one. Have a safe. We'll talk to you next week, folks. Enjoy the wrestling. Bye, everybody. Bye.
I used to play with my action figures. I would have the music queued up for the guys' entrances. But for Steve Austin, I felt like the music wasn't enough. I needed like a special effect.
Sure.
So I threw a mug at a wall to do the glass break.
Wow.
But I'm stupid.
Yeah, you
First of all, the mug is not glass. It was, whatever they're made of. Yeah. I threw that fucking thing as hard as I could at a wall. It wasn't a brick wall or anything, it was just a regular wall, so it just caved in and stayed there. My dad came home.
That's a hell of an effect.
I was 17.